What's going on, gamers? We got an interesting comparison here that we definitely need to look at. And it is the PS5 Pro versus the RX 9060 XT 16 gigabyte card. Now, I know people are wondering, man, what is a card that can actually kind of get close to this when it comes to PSSR 2 versus FSR 4.1? And this is one right here when we talk about AMD to AMD, not NVIDIA. So in this video, we get a very good comparison showing how good PSSR2 versus pretty much a really good AMD card right now on PC. Yeah, the XT version, not the 9060. So I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Let's dive into this comparison. And yeah, you're going to be in for a shock here how good things really are. Here we go. Let me get off the camera. Let's do this. We got it at 4K. Let's go.
Hello guys, today we're going to be testing the RX 9060 XT Power Color Hellhound edition of the card. It's going to be the 60GB mod of the card. I'm going to be testing against the PS5 Pro. I'm going to be using the 9000X 3D and I'm going to be using 32GB of DDR5 RAM. So for the 9060 XT, I did adjust the settings to hit around 60 FPS. So it will be around 55 to even 65 FPS on all the games. I didn't want to just put max settings on and let's say I'll be hitting 30 FPS. What's the point of this video? There's really no point. Of course, no one's going to be playing at 30 FPS on the PC. So I adjusted the settings to hit 60 FPS. Yeah, just put reasonable settings on. Played about with the settings just to get the best visuals out and to hit the 60 FPS mark. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please drop a like, drop a comment and drop a sub. And let's get into the video.
So here goes Cyberpunk. No console warning, guys, just straight up stats and comparisons.
So for the first game, we are going to have Cyberpunk 2077. We got the 9060 XT on the left. We got the PS5 Pro RT sitting in the middle. Normal RT on the right. And of course, the 9060 XT is the clear winner here. We can definitely see that the ray tracing does look better on the 9060 XT, but it doesn't look too bad on the PS5 Pro. And then the next test, we can't really see too much of a difference. We can see on the 9060 XT, there's a little bit more light, like the neon light or shining.
Yeah, it's a little bit more clear right here.
But apart from that, I'm not really seeing a massive difference here whatsoever. Those seem to look very similar. It's probably because we are very far away from everything. Here we got some reflections on the car I wanted to show you guys. So I've noticed that the normal ray tracing on the PS5 Pro looks very similar to the ray tracing on the 9060 XT. And with the
I agree with him on this. Like, if you really take a look at these comparisons, they're pretty close. And this gives you the idea, like I was saying, how good the upscaler is on the PS5 Pro. And it can only get better as time goes on. So I'm really liking Cyberpunk because that's a game that you definitely can show off things. If we take a look at this image quality across these, screenshots here, I mean, they look pretty neck and neck.
Pro ray tracing set on the PS5 Pro, it does look a little bit different, but I don't know, it just looks a bit darker, I would say, and it is harder maybe to see the reflections on it. So for the next test, we are going to be walking. So we got the 9060 XT on the left, ray tracing Pro set in the middle, and the normal ray tracing on the right. And I don't really see too much of a difference. I would say, guys, if you are playing with the PS5 Pro, I don't recommend the Pro ray tracing setting whatsoever, just because you are getting like 40 FPS if you do have a VRR capable display. It doesn't really look that good to justify the performance loss that we are seeing. I think the normal ray tracing looks perfectly fine and looks nice. And it is smooth, guys. You are getting that 60 FPS and it does feel really nice. So I do recommend the normal ray tracing. I do have to say, guys, when I was playing this game with the 9060 XT, for some reason, guys, I was getting some weird stuttering every like 2 seconds with the mouse. But then when I put the controller on, it was completely smooth. So I don't really know what the hell's going on with this game, but it was gently really laggy with the 9060 XT when I was using the mouse for some reason. So yeah, I never had that issue before. So please let me know in the comments below if you guys have been experiencing that issue yourself.
And this is an honest take because he's letting you know the settings that he's choosing.
Alright guys, so we got The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. We got the 9060 XT on the left and we got the PS5 Pro on the right. And on my last video, guys, I have seen a lot of comments saying I've got the depth of field on the PS5 Pro, and I know I do somewhere, but I genuinely looked in the settings and I can't find it. The field of view thing is on 0, the motion blur is on 0.
Yeah, because otherwise it looked a lot better
on 0. It's just depth of field I literally can't find in the settings. I don't even know if there is a setting for it because I literally can't find it. And this seems to be the only thing that really is breaking.
Okay, so the interesting thing is if we go back here a little bit, what a change, right? Because you're thinking, okay, the 9060 XT is clearly going to win here by that. But that's a different aspect. When we go here, it's like, whoa, it looks a lot more clear on the right.
for it because I
Look at
literally
those
can't
trees.
find it. And this seems to be the only thing that really is breaking the image here. So if anyone knows where to find it, let me know in the comments below. But as you guys can see on the Joel's hand on the PS5 Pro, you can see some weird like ghosting, I would say. But I think it's caused by the depth of field thing or whatever it is. So at least from the comments that
you got to turn that off.
From the visuals in general, like it does seem to be very similar. So I think that's the only thing that is causing it basically. Now we're going to be on the horse. Got FSR quality with high settings on the 9060 XT, and I got the Pro setting with the PS5 Pro. I have noticed a lot of shimmer at the start of the game with the grass especially. I don't really know why it's happening, guys. I have tested it with the 5090 in the last video with DLSS 4.5 with quality as well, and it was really shimmery as well. And I do usually test this game. Like I test this game all the time in every single benchmark that I do, and I never see shimmering further down in the game in the grass. So it's just something that happens at the very start of the game for some reason. Really strange to be happening, but yeah, it basically just happens at the start. We'll show you guys a little bit later the shimmering up close, but I'm really impressed with PSSR 2, guys. It's really impressive. I literally put it against a 5090 in the last video, and it was doing so well. It's really insane. Honestly, Sony did a really good job with PSSR 2. It makes literally the games look like games on the PC, so really impressive stuff. This was literally the first game I launched on the PS5 Pro, and it completely blew me.
Well, you see what he just said? This is just a guy being honest, and you see his channel is called the Benchmark Nerd. He's just doing benchmarks and comparisons here. Obviously, the 9060 in some of these scenes are getting a better contrast, like the way that the trees look there. It looked like it was better at that moment, but PSSR 2 is definitely making a jump. And that's why I tell people you have to look for what the Pro was doing before and what the base consoles were doing compared to PC. And even when Series X was included in the comparisons, and seeing a jump, it's incredibly impressive, honestly.
Standing a little bit more in one place, just moving the camera slowly, just trying to show you guys the nice visuals that we all see. And you can see a little bit of that shimmering in the grass on the 9060 XT and on the PS5 Pro. There is some, like, in the puddles, there is sometimes like some flickering and stuff because there isn't really good reflections in this game. So it's nothing really too bad, I say. At least you get the performance, and it does look really good overall. But yeah, you will get the occasional like weird flickering in that puddles, but what can you do? I thought I would record a bit of the shot of the little river going down here. The water quality looks actually really good in this game, I do have to say. It does look really nice on both systems, as you guys can see. Not really any issues. Like some games do have really weird issues with the water, but in this game it looks actually really good with both of the systems here. But this bit here is best bit to see the shimmering that I was talking about before. I was going here a bit slowly just so you can see, and this area does seem to be shimmering a lot more than the other area was. So I don't know what it is, guys. It's just at the very start of the game that it's happening in.
I see. Okay, so yeah, he did native 4K. Super resolution quality. Yeah, I mean, pretty much max settings on PC. Honest comparisons, I like that.
And next we have The Last of Us Part 1. There isn't much to see here. It's just the very start of the game as well. I just wanted to show you guys the quality of the hair. It actually looks really nice. There is slight shimmering on the very top of the hair, but it's really hard to notice, really. Like, I'm really staring at that one place to really notice any shimmering. But other than that, guys, it's pretty much perfect. I do have FSR quality and high settings on the 9060 XT, and of course the Pro mode on the PS5 Pro. Nothing less than I would expect from these settings. It looks absolutely flawless. It's another game that I absolutely love as well, so one of my favorite games as well. But yeah, I'll show you guys a little bit more bits of this game because this bit is not really too interesting. Right, guys, so 9060 on the left and the PS5 Pro on the right. You see a little bit of the reflections on the left here. They're not really too amazing on both systems, as you guys can see. I do have to say, I'm actually really surprised how well the 9060 XT is keeping up with the PS5 Pro, just because everything's so optimized on the PS5 Pro. There's literally like what, PS5 and the PS5 Pro, and that's all they have to optimize for basically. But you know, with the PCs, there's so many different GPUs that you need to optimize for, and to see the 9060 XT keeping up with the PS5 Pro is actually really impressive to see. So I just wanted to show you guys this little bit here. There is a little bit of reflections on the bottom there. You can't really see much of it. I do have to run really fast because these zombies will get me, so I tried to stop there for a second, but I literally just got bit instantly. But yeah, it's just really nice, like the lights and everything. It just looks so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much are neck and neck, honestly.
Right guys, so we have Ratchet and Clank with the port now. This game was really hard to get the settings really well optimized to hit that 60 FPS mark on the 9060 XT, especially when the PS5 Pro does have a little bit of ray tracing, so I did want to try and put on some ray tracing. It was really hard to optimize it, but I do have to say I do think the PS5 Pro does look better.
It does.
A lot less shimmering than there is on the 9060 XT here. So what I've noticed in this test here that there is a lot of shimmering going on with the 9060 XT. I did see it with the 5090 with DLSS 4.5 as well in the last video. The PSSR seems to be very stable, especially with the grass and stuff like that. Really, really well done. And also, I am running FSR balance as well, so, you know, if it was quality, it would look way better, but I would generally be getting way below 60 FPS, so I had to put on balance just to get that 60 FPS, or at least around that. I know in the settings it said FSR 3, but it was green in the...
I like that he's doing that because you're getting the 60 frames on the PS5 Pro, so you have to get your 60 frames on PC. And that makes it more equal in that sense. And he's telling you that, yeah, that's what it takes. So if both are doing that, you kind of get that idea.
Software when I had the FSR upscaling on, so we should be overriding it. So this is the last bit I'm going to show you guys from Ratchet and Clank. Just moving the little camera a little bit around.
Yeah, they look pretty much identical
as well. But overall, guys, I do think they look very similar. There is going to be some shimmering because you do have to compromise a little bit just to hit that 60 FPS. So in some games you will have to compromise a little bit more. There are games that run better on the PC, the 9060 XT for example here, and there are games that run better on the PS5 Pro. This is how it is, guys. Like, not every game's going to run the best on the PC, especially when, you know, they are really well optimized, these titles that I've been testing it on the PS5. So the PS5 does have a big advantage in this test. And next up we have God of War Ragnarok. So we got 9060 XT on the left, PS5 Pro on the right. We have FSR quality with max settings, ultra settings. This game looks phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, guys.
Oh yeah.
Test this game every time I do benchmarks. Looks amazing. It's actually really well optimized on PC as well. The fact that we are hitting 60 FPS with literally max settings and 4K is absolutely insane on the 9060 XT. And the PS5 Pro is doing fantastic as well with PSSR 2. Great job. They both look fantastic. There is a little bit of shimmering on the beard, but there's nothing you can really do about it, guys. We are running literally quality
I don't notice it,
the
really.
9060 XT. It's really nothing you can do, but they both look exactly the same. The image looks fantastic. You know, the shimmering is going to happen, but you're not really going to be looking at his beard too much, so it shouldn't be a big of an issue here. Cut the cutscene a little bit, just show you guys when he's walking here with the deer. And like before, guys, it looks absolutely flawless. I don't really see any weird issues or anything like that. It just looks really good, guys. It really blows my mind what kind of graphics you can get these days on systems like this, guys. Like, these are pretty like budget like stuff, you know, like this is not the top of the tier thing. So get this visual quality on some of these games is actually mind-blowing to think. And I see a lot of people complaining about like DLSS and FSR, but this is literally what makes this possible. Like, the normal PS5 is way worse than the PS5 Pro just because PS5 Pro has the PSSR and it just makes it look so real. So I just still don't get people that keep complaining about these technologies because they are absolutely transforming the games that we play.
Facts, bro. I mean, this guy has a really good video here, and it's very honest.
We got Silent Hill 2, and we got the 9060 XT on the left. We got the PS5 Pro quality setting on the middle, and the performance setting on the PS5 Pro on the right. And this is the game that the PS5 Pro absolutely doesn't have a chance against the 9060 XT. It is just not that well optimized like the PC version is. This game is really, really hard to run, even on the PC. I played it back on the 4090, and it was barely running the game. So yeah, it's just a really hard game to run, and they definitely do need...
Well, that's Unreal Engine 5 for you.
Update on the PS5 Pro because it just doesn't perform well. You get 30 FPS, and on the 9060 XT I was getting about 55 to 60 FPS with these settings, so blowing out the park completely. There is a lot less shimmering on the 9060 XT as well in this title. It just looks really bad on the PS5 Pro. I have to say it, guys, it just looks bad. They do need to update it, but I'm pretty sure they can do it, guys. If they could update Cyberpunk to make it look as good as it looks, I'm pretty sure they can update this game as well and make it look better. I know this game did receive an update recently, but it definitely is not the thing, guys. It just doesn't look good. Here I'm going to show you the still image. So yeah, it looks a little bit better when you actually still, but trust me, guys, I've been testing it for quite a while today. Been sitting there all day testing this stuff, and honestly the 9060 XT completely beats it. They really do need to update
this game
on the PS5 Pro because
they didn't officially patch it. So that's the thing. You see what he just said? It's funny how all games are really good, and he's even talking about, look at, he has to go low on PC. But let's get to an Unreal Engine 5 game. It's like, yeah.
It's just not acceptable. 30 FPS, it's just not acceptable, I think. Especially after seeing Cyberpunk. Right, guys, so we're at the end of the video. Please drop a like. Please.
So there it is, guys. That's how good PSSR 2 is in an AMD sense when we see a 9060 XT 16GB with FSR 4.1 versus PSSR 2. It was holding its ground the entire video. The only time you didn't see that was on an Unreal Engine 5 game, which is not surprising. They have to update that if they want to do that with an actual custom patch. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, this is crazy. Seeing the jumps we see here, I can't wait to see what PS6 and PSSR 3 are going to do. It's going to be nuts. But in the meantime, we're going to be enjoying all the games that are coming out, you know, going forth, and then seeing what's going to be happening with GTA 6 as well, getting the PSSR 2 updates, because that'll be there. So when you get that PS6, you're going to have that PSSR 3 toggle, just like you got the toggle right now for games that have PSSR 1. So you're automatically going to get backwards compatibility enhancements, and then you're going to get custom patches whenever people want to do that. Let me know what you guys think about that, because this is only going to get better. As I said before, there's also going to be frame generation being added in, but maybe they may call it something different, because Sony obviously is not going to call something DLSS or FSR, though they're with AMD, right? No, they're probably going to give it a different name. So yeah, exciting times ahead, and we got a lot of other games coming out this year. Peace out, keep gaming. Honest comparison, I like it.